Hi guys, welcome back to Charlotte's Foliage. I wanted to get in here today and just show you guys a new product that I bought, and the reason why I purchased it is because some of my plants are so thirsty and it's hard to stay up with the watering. So I bought a product that I can put as a substrate or in with some more substrates to give the plant more dampness for an extended period of time, and not too much though. I'm going to add some other products with it so that the soil doesn't stay too wet or the substrate doesn't stay too wet. So the name of this product is called Tree Fur Fiber, and I bought it on Amazon, excuse me. And so I'm just going to mix it up and to add some substrate with it to make it a barkier mix. I have my barky orchiata right here, and I also have my perlite. So I'm just going to show you right here on film exactly how it looks and what I'm going to do with it. Again, this is Tree Fur Fiber. Okay, comes from the trees. It's like it's grounded up. And a lot of our plants grow underneath trees or up trees, and a lot of our plants, excuse me. And so therefore, we're giving it the conditions that it like. So I just put a little bit there, and I'll put some perlite next to it. Perlite helps with drainage in the pot, because you don't want your mixture to be too wet and too compact. So that's where the perlite and the orchid bark come in. So I'll show you how this looks. That's how it looks. And then I'm going to give it a little bit of charcoal, because charcoal also helps from the plant getting root rot, and the plant also storing too much water. It helps. So this is horticulture charcoal. We're just going to put a little bit right there so you can see it right there by the perlite. Okay, I'll show you that. So we have orchiata, which is orchid bark. We have perlite, and we have charcoal, and we have excuse me, the charcoal is strong, and we have tree fur fiber. So I'm going to show you how I mix it up. It's nothing fancy about it. I just take a spoon like so, and I bring all these products together. Okay, all these are substrates. Okay, some of this stuff you can grow plants all alone by itself with it, so you can experiment with that too if you like. Okay, so I'm going to show you how it looks. Got a big chunk in there I need to break down. Sometimes you'll find little pieces that stick together, and you might need to chop it up a bit in the processing that they missed it. That's okay, we can fix it. Okay, so it's starting to look a little different. It's starting to look real barky, which is what you want, because the water, when you water your plant, the water will go right through the substrate. Now it will hold on to the tree fur fiber a little bit longer, which is what you want for your plants that love water, like your begonias, your anthuriums. Some of those plants, they love to stay wet, but they don't want to be too wet. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm doing today. I'm just treating it, getting my mixture ready so I can start putting that in some of my plants. Let me see. I'm gonna put this product back where they go, because I'd be lost without it. You know, it seems like I have a lot of products, you guys, but you'd be surprised how long your products last. A lot of this stuff I've had for some time now, and it lasts a long time. And not a that tree fern fiber cost me less than $15. And as you can see, I didn't use a lot because I don't need it for all of my plants. Let's try putting it on in my orchid. I'll show that on camera here. Give me just a moment. I mean, not my orchid, my begonia. Because this begonia is very thirsty. And I have her living in sphagnum moss. And the reason why I have her living in sphagnum moss is because she loves to stay wet. So I have to keep the sphagnum moss wet. Okay? I've been wanting to actually see if I can take some pieces off of this plant to grow some more plants like it. So give me just a second. I'm going to get my mat here. Place my mat up here on my desk. I got limited space, but we're going to make it work, okay? So yeah, I'm just going to put a part of the mat up here. This is my big mat. I have a smaller one that would be better. Okay. So yeah, let's just get started. First, what we'll do, we'll pull the plant out of this pot. Gentle as possible. Kind of squeeze that pot. It's not hurting the roots when you squeeze the pot. You just gently pull it out. It comes out easy. So look, here's the pot. It's got some really good perlite in there. And I see I had a piece of weed, I forget what they call it. But you know that stuff you keep weeds out of your flower bed? I can't think of the name of this paper, but anyway, here it is. And it's in this plant, and it's kind of getting stuck to the root, so I'm glad I checked it. I need to get that out of there. I started that because of these holes in the bottom of the pot. And you can still put it in there. You just, it looks like the roots. Look at this, you guys. They're getting tangled up in there, and it's losing roots inside the weed protector, okay? So yeah, but the plant is still healthy. I think what we're gonna do is add a little bit of this tree fern fiber to this plant. And this plant has actually gotten a little smaller, so I might kind of take some stuff off of it. It may be storing too much water because it's in this big old pot. Look at all this, you guys. All that sphagnum moss. And it likes sphagnum moss, and the roots still look good. Look at the roots. Look how long the roots are. But we're going to give it a little tree fern fiber. And then that way, it won't be hard to detangle this sphagnum moss in the future when we want to repot this plant. I was going to try to repot it now, but I think I'll leave it alone. I don't want to do too much to it. Okay, so here we go. We got the mixture already together. I'm just going to pour some in here, like so. See that? See how much I poured in there? And then I'm going to take this plant, just as it is, and I'm going to put it right inside that container where it was. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to backfill with some more of the substrate we just made, okay? And we're going to see how she does. If she does well, then we'll keep her in there. But if she doesn't do well, then that means we need to put her back in the sphagnum moss. I am going to give her some sphagnum moss, but only on the top instead of throughout the whole plant. Okay? So you'll see that here in a minute. I'm just going to put some sphagnum moss, the one we have here already that was in the plant, So the plant is going to have less sphagnum moss, but it'll have the tree fir fiber in replace of it. Okay. So let's see here. I'm just going to dress the top of it with the sphagnum moss. And by the way, this sphagnum moss is still wet. Well, it's damp, it's not wet. You want it damp. You don't want it soggy wet, because that's how plants get root rot. And it's still damp. It's got another maybe 3 or 4 days before this plant will even need to be watered. All right. So this is my begonia escargot. And here she is. All right. So you can say you know how to plant a begonia in tree fir fiber. There she is. Doesn't she look beautiful? Okay, let's put her back. All right, guys. I wanted to show you. Here's another plant. This is an anthurium. You see how bad it looks? It's not dead. It has a new growth point on it. And I looked at the roots. But I think this plant is drying out too fast. So what I did was, I went on and gave her some tree fir fiber. But yeah, she's got a growth point right there. So I have hopes that she'll recover, okay? But I want to give her a little bit of sphagnum moss like I did the other plant. Just so she can stay moist, okay, on top. Let's see. I got some moss right here, so I'm just putting a little water in here. I'm in my basement. I'm over here by the drain. And so what I'm doing is I'm wetting some moss. And sorry guys, you probably can hear my dryer going because I made my plant room. If you're new here, sorry. If you're new here and you don't know this, I turned my laundry room into a plant room, so you can hear my washer and going, excuse me, my dryer going right now. So yeah, but welcome, and excuse my manners, I forgot to welcome you guys. I'm so used to getting in right into the video, so I apologize for that. Welcome to my channel, and if you're revisiting, welcome back. And so yeah, I'll show you what I did. I put some sphagnum moss on the top of that, give her a little moisture, because this plant is, she's a thirsty girl and she dries out really quick. I'm gonna give her a little water. Give me just a second. Let me put some water in this bottle here. I'm not gonna give her a lot, I'm just gonna give her a little so I can dampen the moss a little bit more. And I'll show you that here. I'm gonna set her in this container here. And I'm just gonna kind of go around it and give it a little water, right? By the stem, and I'm wetting the moss a little bit more so we can hold on to the water a little bit and that new tree fir fiber. Okay, so that's all I'm doing. And there she is, and I'll keep you posted on how she's doing. Okay, so we'll put her back. This is my philodendron, and this plant was imported not too long ago. And see how the leaves, that's new leaves coming out like that. So I'm going to show you what you're going to do with those leaves when they turn out like that. And I think what I'm going to do is give her a little tree fur fiber. Not much, but just some, okay? So basically, this is more of a appearance problem than it is anything else. So what you do is, it could mean that the plant is drying out too fast. It could also mean if the plant has a pest problem. So if your plant is wet all the time, you know it's not, the plant is drying out too fast. Okay? So all I'm doing is trimming those little dark pieces. I'm trimming them off. And it's going to change the appearance of the plant. Okay? Dry tips. Dry, crispy tips is usually an indicator of I'm letting this plant dry out too fast. Okay, and I don't need to do that. It's a fan right over here by the plant, but I'm going to show you how different this plant looks now that I've trimmed that off. Look at her. See, she looks better already. And now we're going to give her some of that tree fur fiber. Take a look at her roots. Her roots look like they might be okay. We just need to make sure she stays moist, okay? So I got a little bit left in my container, not much. I'm just going to put that on top. Yeah, these plants dry out really fast. And I have to run a humidifier because these plants like moisture, but then I also have to run a fan as long as I'm running the humidifier, so they dry out fast. So you want to make sure that you have all the necessary products so that you don't lose that plant by not being able to give it what it needs. Okay, so I'm going to get some more sphagnum moss. I'm going to wet it, and I'll be right back. Okay, here's the sphagnum moss. I'm just going to put it around the plant on the top. See if we can get her to stop drying out so fast. Okay, basically the sphagnum moss and the tree fur fiber will do the same thing. Sphagnum moss is very good at holding water, but it does dry out and you have to go back and dampen the moss again. Okay, so we're going to try that and see if that works. But here she is. I forget the name of this plant. It's got a weird name, rubicana or something like that. But it is a philodendron. Okay. Okay, so that's pretty much it as far as what I'm going to be talking about today with you guys. I did want to let you guys know that sometimes I say that I'm going to check back with you guys to let you know how something is doing. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to be more aware of doing that instead of forgetting about it and talking about another subject. And I'll probably be able to do that through what we call shorts on YouTube. So check out my shorts, because those are usually videos that are not very lengthy, but yet you'll be able to still follow along with my plant journey and where it's going. So I want to thank you guys for revisiting, and the ones that are new here, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel and come back. Thanks. Bye now.